Welcome back everybody. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for being here and welcome to a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2018. If you're watching this live right here with me on Twitch with the other 90 people who are here, thank you so much for being here. And let's step now into Zoroark Buzzwole. So a little bit of the story behind this deck. Everybody knows Pedro, who got first place at the Oceania International event. He is one of the best players from Europe and arguably the best player from Spain, and he recently got top 64 at the European International with this deck. So I really wanted to feature it. I hope it works out well for us, and let's review the deck list really quickly, and then we can move on to a ladder to play a couple of matches with it and see how it runs. So 3 Buzzwole-GX 190 HP, Jet Punch 30 and 30-20 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, Noctowl Impact 160, and then you cannot attack next turn, and then Absorption GX just deals 40 damage for each of your remaining prize cards. We have the 3-3-1 Zoroark GX line with the 1 stand-in Zoroark with Mind Jack. Stand-in allows you to switch Zoroark from the bench to the active spot. Mind Jack deals 10 plus 30 damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And Zoroark GX, as we all know, and as I keep repeating every video, apparently I feel like every video I do now is for Zoroark GX. We have 210 HP, trade to discard a card and draw 2 more, and Righteous Beating dealing 20 damage for each of your opponents, for each of your Pokemon in play. Sorry. A 1-1 line of Lycanroc GX, 200 HP, Bloodthirsty Eyes is like a Lysander effect, so you can potentially Lysander and N at the same time. Claw Slash dealing a very solid 110 damage, and Dangerous Rogue GX dealing 50 damage times the number of bench Pokemon your opponent has. Single Latios and a single Espeon along with 3 Lele round out the deck. Latios is used to spread damage as well, except it doesn't spread for a single energy, it spreads for a DCE. And we have Espeon along with Potown in order to have a devolution winning condition against different decks. 4 N, 3 Sycamore, 3 Guzma, 1 Brigette, and 4 Acerola in the deck in order to prevent giving up any sort of prize cards. 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Choice Band, the 3 Potown I mentioned, 2 Field Blower, 2 Float Stone, 2 Rescue Stretcher, and the single Special Charge because we are running 4 strong, 4 DCs, and 2 basic Fighting Energy. So this is a deck that Pedro used to get top 64 at London. So let's give it a try. Lechu23, I'm pretty good, thank you so much. How have you been? Really enjoying the stream so far, and we're also running quite hot, honestly. Just Speed Running, thank you so much for your kind words. I really appreciate it that you say something like that. Win no matter what. How did I do at London? I did terrible. I was 3-0 at one point, then I was 4-1-1, and then in my 7th round the deck completely betrayed me, and I used a Sycamore looking for an energy to water duplicates and completely set up and wreck my opponent, and I whiffed the water energy. So I lost that round, and then everything went downhill from there. Bench space is tight with Zoroark, and the lack of fighting attackers makes it not as worthwhile. I agree. That's the reasoning behind no Regirock in this deck. The PP, this is a deck that Chalo played on London. I don't know what deck Chalo played, but this is the deck that Pedro Eugenio Torres, the Oceania winner from last season and top tier Spanish player, played at London. I don't know what Chalo played, but yeah, we seem to be up against not a mirror match because we do see max elixirs. However, Buzzwole Lycanroc is a very solid deck and a very popular deck, it seems, lately. So we might be at a disadvantage because we do have Zorua. Latios would be really good to try and counter that Buzzwole-GX. Latios could actually end up being super important in this current matchup. However, my opponent will end this turn 1. Our opponent will end us, and we'll see how this goes. I'm usually very scared of ends to 6. This is actually not a terrible end to 6. And okay, so this is actually not terrible. Gonna Lele for Brigette, hopefully. Yes, it is. I don't know how people just don't play 2 Brigette in their decks, but I don't know, it's always super scary to, when you know a Brigette will really set you so well for the later stages of the game, and then it's not there. Do I want to set up Zoroark here? I guess I'm hoping I don't lose the Zorua anytime soon. So can attach the fighting. I can also Brooklet heal for the Rockruff I wanted to get. And the question is, do I retreat into Latios? I think I do. That way I immediately threaten my opponent's Buzzwole. And I have the DCE already. So finding a choice band would actually be pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Okay. So let's see how this goes. There's a Guzma. So immediately targeting down my Zorua, which I think I'm okay with. Rockruff might also actually go down super quickly here, which is never good. My opponent just goes for Regirock, so he's gonna be dealing 40 damage now instead of just 30. However, I do like the position my Latios is in, and I have essentially 2 turns to find I have 2 turns to find I have 2 turns to find a choice band potentially. My opponent's hand didn't seem to be that great, although I still think I should end here. And no choice band. No choice band and a Sycamore plus a double Guzma, so that's really bad news. The 30 I will probably place on Rockruff in order to apply pressure to it. No Potown, no choice band. Either of those cards would have been really good here, I think. Okay, my opponent goes for another Rockruff. Not focusing on Buzzwole, interestingly enough. So this might end up being a war of attrition between my Buzzwoles and his Lycanrocs. 2 turns for choice band. Yeah, I meant 2 turns in the sense that I had 2 turns to find choice band so that I could complete the 2-hit KO on the Buzzwole. But yeah, 60 plus 120 is actually not a KO, so you are completely right. I needed the choice band in this exact turn, actually. I needed the choice band in this exact turn. Wow, my opponent chose to attach an energy to the Rockruff. Does that mean he already has a Lycanroc? You are completely right when no matter what. There's the Ultra Ball. I should have, well, I needed a choice band in order to 2-hit KO Buzzwole. I forget that it has 190 HP. Okay, we haven't seen Float Stones. There's the Lycanroc, so I'm assuming he's gonna go after my Zorua. Assuming he's going to go after my Zorua, and he's gonna knock out my Rockruff as well, which is pretty bad. Hello Mr. Rucker, thank you so much for being here. Today we are streaming in English indeed, and then tomorrow we will be streaming in Spanish. Okay, we're gonna be 3 prizes down. And my opponent will still have his GX attack available to him, which is really bad news for us. We probably can't afford to bench anything else. We are really far behind here, I think. I don't see any way we can catch up. Acerola is not great. Well, Dangerous Rogue. He's dealing 200 damage exactly now. So, okay, I guess I'm gonna Ultra Ball. Top decking that Acerola is actually pretty bad. But let's try to keep at it. There's finally the Choice Band. There's a Strong Energy, and what can happen? Okay, 30 damage. Where do I want the 30 damage? Probably on the Lycanroc. That Lycanroc is a big threat. It's a really big threat. So next turn, hopefully we can Guzma, or my opponent can just Float Stone here. Okay, so the big issue here is my opponent can easily take a knockout with Claw Slash on my Latios, and then I have no way to knock out that Lycanroc. Halsal, there's 3 Buzzwoles and a 1/1 Lycanroc in this particular deck. Yeah, I could have saved the Rockruff that way. Definitely could have done that. Poké Collectors, hello. Thank you so much for being here. I just wasn't sure. I thought maybe there would be a chance to... Okay. A Strong wins my opponent the game. Well, no. Why did he attach to the Buzzwole if I'm just gonna knock it out? Okay. We're just gonna end here. Now the GX attack doesn't take a knockout on my Lycanroc, which is good. No energy is terrible here. And no Choice Band either, which is end ourselves into 4 more supporters. Okay, at least we get to knock out this Buzzwole, but 50 damage is just nowhere near enough. We get a Choice Band and an N. Okay, we have a very, very small chance here. We really needed to attach an energy the previous turn though. Yeah, maybe saving the Rockruff would have given us a better chance. I'm 10 damage short of the knockout next turn. 10 damage short. Ultra Balls away Zygarde and Guzma for a Lycanroc. That's okay. If he uses the ability here and chooses... Does he have this Strong? 1 more Strong gets him the knockout. There's no way he uses the GX attack though. And this actually really helps us, potentially. I'm starting to see how we make a comeback here. There's energy on the Buzzwole. We really needed energy though. Yeah, if only this list had... Wait, no. It's 100, 120, it's 160 with Regirock. He's 10 damage short. Yeah, because my opponent is... Well, no, okay, Poké Collectors. If my opponent attacks my Lele here... Oh wait, does he have knockout? Oh, he has knockout because of Regirock. Yeah, he has knockout because of Regirock. I was thinking of the GX attack, but Claw Slash does the 10 extra he needs. So what is my opponent waiting for? Yeah, it's 170. I was thinking of the GX attack. You guys are completely right. He went for a Guzma. So my opponent doesn't realize he has knockout. My opponent does not realize he has knockout. And now what happens here? I Acerola the active, I have to. And perhaps we can do something here now. Okay. Gonna deal 80 damage with Jet Punch. Gonna do 30 to a Lycanroc. My opponent has played 3 Guzmas now, and he has no more Lycanroc. Yeah, he did not see it. He did not see the knockout, which I am okay with. I'm definitely okay with him not seeing the knockout. And now we can win in 2 more turns. There's a choice band, that's fine. If he attaches an energy, that would be bad. And he goes for Sycamore, yep. So he's looking for Strongs. I think not attaching that energy was a mistake. Yep, there's a Strong. So now the issue becomes I don't have knockout, and he potentially does have knockout next turn with any energy. So unless I top deck Field Blower, I am as good as done, and that's not Field Blower. So the only way I win here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 energy, and that deck plays a total of 13, so still 5 energy left. Yeah, if somehow he didn't have Octillery, I would have definitely crippled him a lot. I don't have 2 turns though. Okay, so if I Field Blower... Oh, he needs any energy. Yeah, Field Blower doesn't even help me. So he's played 1 Float Stone and 3 Guzma. So my only way to win this game is to Guzma myself. That's the only way I can win here. That is absolutely the only way. If I Espeon, I can't Espeon. I can't retreat. Okay. I mean, I can't search for Espeon and retreat. Okay. So... this is awful. This is actually awful. We have to hope my opponent just doesn't have a way to retreat. We have to hope my opponent just doesn't have a way to retreat. We found the choice band way too late. So I'm gonna Jet Punch onto the Lycanroc. Does he have the Float Stone? He probably does. He elixirs, probably trying to bring down his hand. There's the energy. 4th Guzma would also be good enough. There's an energy on Lele. And there's a Sycamore. So he didn't even bother using Abyssal Hand for 1. All he needs is a Float Stone, and he chooses not to give himself the best chances at getting it. So yeah, we had a chance at making a comeback. We weren't able to. Our start was pretty awful, and yeah, not much we could have done there. I guess, objectively speaking, Buzzwole Lycanroc with Max Elixir is definitely the better deck, honestly. And we're never able to lead off with Buzzwole and then start using the Acerolas. I feel like not running 4 Buzzwole and then only running 2 Floatstone in this deck is actually very counterintuitive to what this deck wants to accomplish by spreading damage early. But hey, it worked for Pedro at the European tournament. So okay, so in the meantime, here's another code. This is actually an Elite Trainer Box Tapu Koko code from Sun and Moon 2. Guardians Rising, so good luck to whoever gets the code. And let's flip the coin here. Yeah, the deck usually runs 2 or 3 Float Stone. I think the standard is actually 3, so I wasn't surprised my opponent got it. Yeah, maybe a third Zorua could have been okay. The issue was my opponent just had way too many attackers powered up. And okay, so once again, we lead with Latios and we can actually attack starting off, which is actually not terrible for us. I'll bench the Zorua as well. Sorry you missed the code. Win no matter what. Okay, there's a Brigette. So this is probably Colorless or the CDI. It is Colorless. So will my opponent retreat here? Pokémon is pretty okay against that deck, except for the fact that my opponent does have 4 Field Blower in his deck, presumably at least 3. But I'm just gonna go ahead and play it anyways. And then I'm gonna spread some damage around here. Probably onto the Zorua. Resistance reduces the damage I get. But yeah, my Buzzwole based deck is just not finding any puzzles. And I don't even have a supporter card at all. So now the hope is that my opponent whiffs the Zoroark TC, so that I get another turn of spreading. Here's a Colorless through Pokémon, so we get to place 30 extra damage. And there's a Sycamore. Discarding Sycamore, Stretcher, and End. So this is not exactly Tort's list, because Tort did not run Rescue Stretcher in his deck. There's a second Colorless. There's a Ultra Ball. Discarding Choice Band and Grass Energy. Interestingly enough, there's a Zoroark. So does my opponent have DC and another basic in his hand? He has a Zoroark. He needs DC and any other basic Pokemon in order to get a knockout here. If he doesn't, getting another turn of spread is actually pretty cool. He discarded an Enhanced Hammer? What? Why would you do that? There's a DC. Am I weak? No, I'm not weak. And he discards the other Enhanced Hammer. Okay. Okay, so now we're hoping to hit an energy and a Buzzwole and a Fighting Energy. Okay, Sycamore. And there's a 120 knockout. So at least we have Float Stone. We do have a way to draw cards, so hopefully we can find Buzzwole Fighting. That's potentially a Sycamore, because we can trade away the Acerola. And okay, so discarding the Choice Band really sucks, but there's not much we could have done about it. Now let's hope we get a Buzzwole and a energy off of this Sycamore for 7. We don't have trade anymore. We do get the Buzzwole. We even get a Rockruff, and we do get the Strong. So not bad, not bad. So we will be able to take a prize card here, which makes me pretty happy. There we go. We get Buzzwole off of our prize cards, and we're in an okay position now. We have the Guzma to go after Zoroark. My opponent doesn't use a Acerola. We know he has Sycamore in his hand because that's what he went for with Brigette. I mean with Lele, no, with Brigette. My opponent did in fact have Brigette in his hand. Interesting. My opponent did in fact have Brigette in his hand. And he just decides to hit for another 100. Okay, that works. 100 plus 120, that would be enough. So let's trade one of the stretchers and see if we can get an Acerola going here. We can. Which I'm a big fan of hitting this Acerola because we take 2 prizes and we prevent 2 prizes, which is pretty huge. That is actually pretty huge, and it's all thanks to this very nice Float Stone. We even have a choice band, however I don't need it to take a knockout this turn. I will be dealing 100 damage, which is more than enough. And I mean, taking out this choice band doesn't seem too important either at this point, so I'm just gonna Jet Punch. The 30 extra damage will go to this Golisopod, or to whom? Yeah, this Golisopod. That way we can potentially attack this Golisopod once again, and then we have set up the Devolve, for which we do get Espeon off of our prize cards. Okay. Okay, and there's a 150 damage attack. I'm assuming my opponent has... Okay, I think I definitely want to go for this guy. That way I set up the devolution prizes. And I'm going to trade away my Field Blower. Let's see what else I can get off the top of my deck. I got an Acerola. That's actually not bad. I'll attach the energy to the Rockruff, and I'm just gonna Jet Punch here. So now both Golisopods are in range of getting knocked out by devolution. Does my opponent have an Acerola to save one of them? There's a Wimpod, there's a DCE. So we might see the GX attack here, we might see Armor Press, that's fine, that is completely fine. Yeah, Dangerous Rogue is also pretty good in this match. You just have to be careful with the grass weakness, but yeah, Dangerous Rogue is really, really good health all. You are 100% correct. Okay, so we're gonna devolve here. We are also going to trade away one Buzzwole. We do have Rescue Stretcher in our hand. We even get more Acerolas. And do I want to pick up the Zoroark? Probably not. I just want a Miraculous Shrine. Okay, so the deck is actually working out pretty cool. Now we just need to take one more prize card. And we get the Lycanroc off of the prize card, which is also amazing. Now all we need is an energy to knock out this Coco. Or the Wimpod. You want to see Zoroark Ninetales? I have made videos of Zoroark Ninetales. Gaboandro, if you want to search for them on my YouTube channel, I have made videos of Zoroark Ninetales. But I guess I could feature it again. I don't have a deck plan for after this. I was planning on using Zoroark Counter Energy once again, just because it's very fun to use spreading decks. However, I'm definitely up to suggestions for the next deck after this one. Okay, so my opponent just doesn't have anything here. All I need is a energy, no matter which one it is, to win the match here. And there's the Strong. So here we go. I'm actually gonna go after the Zorua here. And now all we do is retreat and Dangerous Rogue GX for a bajillion damage and take the knockout. Drag 11, I can show the list really quickly and then I will play one more match with this deck and then we can switch to something differently. Be flamboyant. I have made Ninetales Zoroark in the past. You guys can look for it on my YouTube channel. You guys can definitely look for it there. There we go. There's the list that we are currently using for the ladder. And I guess in the meantime I will be giving out another code, this time from Guardians Rising, so a much more valuable code. Let me just start searching for on the pod with a band. Yeah, I could have done that too for sure. Okay, so let me search for the game. We immediately get it. So here's the code for the Guardians Rising pack. And once again, thank you guys so much for your support. 2017 has been an incredible year in terms of everything, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys. So this is a very, very small token of appreciation for all you guys have done for me. So yeah, hope you were able to catch the list there, Drac. Okay, so we really wanted to start Buzzwole, so the deck hears us out, and we actually end up starting triple Buzzwole this time. And there's over 100 of you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for your support. Okay. The bad part here is we only have one TC for energy, and wow, my opponent leads his, what I will assume is his only Mewtwo. The one-off Mewtwo tech ends up helping out my opponent, wow. And he even has Mr. Mime, that's just awful. He also has, this is a Lycanroc Zoroark deck, interestingly enough. So I'm just gonna end here. Oof. This is terrible. This is terrible. That was worst case scenario for us. I do find the fighting. Don't find much else. But I guess this is okay for now. I'm gonna Jet Punch. Why does the game even ask you if Mr. Mime protects? But yeah. Yeah, completely countered indeed. Mewtwo and Mime Trainer cheap. Yep. Oh, you took the code in for nice. Are you going to open the pack? If you do, let us know what you get. Hope you get a Tapu Lele. Really hope you do. Okay, my opponent evolves through one of the Potowns, which is good, I guess. And he decides to end us, which is also okay. Hopefully he whiffs the TC. That would be some mercy to us just not having. Oh boy. He doesn't whiff the TC. He does whiff the Choice Band. However, he can find the Choice Band just the turn afterwards. So, let us hope we get a Float Stone now. If we get a Float Stone, we cannot take down Mewtwo, but we can deal weakness. But then he deals weakness back. So maybe I did that way too fast. I do find the Acerola, and I find the Float Stone, actually. So Psychic will knock out my Mewtwo. So I'm gonna Jet Punch for now. Yeah, Trainer Chip, have you been streaming? You haven't been doing too much content lately, have you? Okay, my opponent just Enhance Hammers away my TC, so I guess it doesn't end up mattering. As long as he doesn't find a Choice Band, we are okay here, I think. Because we can Acerola this next turn. He goes for a Field Blower, removes the Potown, which is not good. Garbage, Thunder, or Ikorio. Okay, and he decides to Acerola. And he has a knockout here. Ugh. This is just atrocious here, guys. This is just, we're getting mauled over here. We're just getting completely and utterly destroyed. I get a Rescue Stretcher. What I need is an energy. Can I get an energy? please. Okay, that is an energy. So that's not awful. Mewtwo is still a big deal though. Mewtwo is still a really, really big deal. Okay, now his Zoroark is really threatened. Hopefully he doesn't have another Acerola to just pick back up the Zoroark. There's the Lycanroc, we do have the Float Stone, and we have Acerola, but he chooses to go for knockouts, interestingly enough. Chooses to go for knockout. I don't fault him for this, but I can't just make it so that now he has to play a 7 price game. So I'm actually okay with this. I am actually very okay with this. Okay. Here's another Zoroark. There's a choice band and there's an N. So that N potentially helps us here. We do find a DCE, but we're just not finding supporter cards. We're just not drawing supporter cards. There's a knockout. I definitely want to promote Buzzwole here. I don't want to bench more stuff, so that Lycanroc doesn't have a knockout with its GX attack. I will trade therefore one of the Zoroark GXs. Can I get a strong? Nope. No strong for us. No strong. Field Blower isn't too helpful either. I think I'm gonna save the Field Blower. I'll touch the DC here just because I should. And I'm gonna Jet Punch. We really need to find Guzma though. There's a strong and there's a Guzma. Okay. Those are cards we can definitely use here. I'm not liking my position here, but the issue is my opponent can just keep pressuring me until he has knockout. So hopefully I can stream Acerolas, although it's not looking too good for us. We do have 4 though. And so thank you so much for following and watching. I really, really appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you. Okay, so my opponent is able to end us down to 4 cards after we take down his Zoroark. We do get a strong and another choice band, and we can potentially find the Tapu Lele. So the question here is it worth it for me to go after Mr. Mime with Zoroark? He would only need a Fighting Energy to take a knockout here. I think it is worth it. Oh, but Mr. Mime resists, so I'm gonna have to use the Rescue Stretcher too. That's okay, I think. Well, I mean, and then Lycanroc can just come up and take a knockout. That's okay, I guess. So, I'm gonna use Lele, I'm gonna bring up or get an Acerola. I will attach the energy. Well, I could attach it to Buzzwole actually. I would threaten a knockout on something. Although no, I need to Acerola stuff back. So this is 80. Mr. Mime does have resistance. So I do need to get a Pokemon back. Probably not the Latios, but the Buzzwole. Now the question is, should I trade away my choice band? I think I should. I really do think I should. And we get Lycanroc and another Lele. The other Lele could be important. Thank you so much, Enzo. I'm really glad you're learning. That's part of the reason why I do things, so I can teach other people and hopefully help them improve if that's what they're looking for when it comes to the competitive environment. Okay. So now my opponent immediately had the strong energy. which is ridiculous. And he has been able to consistently end me here. He has been able to consistently end me, so he doesn't have to use the GX attack here. If he doesn't, and I don't top deck an Acerola, that is game. So yeah, we had some rough matchups here for sure. We had some really rough matchups. Okay, yep. There's the knockout, and he still has the GX attack. Maybe I overdid it going for the mime. It doesn't matter if I use a Acerola off of Lele, because I would be replacing one Pokemon with another one. So this is the game. Good game to my opponent. Good game to my opponent. Okay, so this deck definitely not showcasing as good as the C2I Zoroark. Yeah, I mean, even with the blower, if I Sycamore there, it was a very rough call, a very rough game to win. So, oh well. Okay, so if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video, and if you liked it, please leave a like on the video if you can. And for those of you watching on Twitch, I'm gonna make a small break. I'm gonna go get some water, but when I'm back, or whilst I go do that, please leave in the chat what deck you would like to see me use. Yeah, what deck would you like to see me use? And and I will use that deck. Yeah, so if you guys want, just type in the chat what you want me to see, what you want me to use, and I'll be right back. Okay, 1 second.